Hi, Chris Blake here. I am an independent filmmaker. Most of the films that I work on are sub 1 million, which just means that they cost less than $1 million. The films that I've directed have cost far less than that, $250 and less usually. They're typically considered micro budget films. The first film I made was called All I Will End, and it was a horror thriller starring Ashley Pereira and Alexander Harris, Sarah Butler, Andy Buckley, Sam Jones III. It was a lot of fun to make. It's not a perfect film, but we're very proud of what we were able to accomplish with such a limited budget, and we only had 10 days to shoot it, which, you know, filming a movie, any movie at any size, in 10 days is difficult, especially one with a limited budget and a first-time director and a very ambitious script at that. That film was eventually acquired by Netflix, which for your first feature film, I couldn't have asked for anything more than that.
What's wrong?
What's wrong? Oh, I don't know, you just killed all our friends, you crazy bitch!
Then we got to do a music video later for a song called Gallows by an artist named Katie Garfield. Some of you have probably heard that song at this point on Teen Wolf or various other things. But we got to do the music video for it and insert some scenes from the film into it, which was really cool and something I'd always wanted to do as a kid, growing up, seeing that done. So it was a pretty cool experience.
Give them a warning, let it all come crashing down, burn the castle to the ground.
Latest film, Distancing Socially, also a micro-budget film. The trailer for which just released a few days ago, and a lot of you have been sharing that you're excited to see it. You're excited that Alan Tudyk is in it, or Sarah Levy, or Andy Buckley, or whoever. Jim O'Hare, Jim from played Jerry in Parks and Recreation. We appreciate so much the kind words so far and everyone that has shared it. And then some of you have shared some concerns, which is kind of what I wanted to talk to you about. A lot of you have asked, why did you make a pandemic movie? We're sick of this. We're tired of COVID. The last thing we want to do is watch something that we're living. Well, first I want to say that this is not actually a COVID movie. It does take place over a Zoom-type interface that we created. And it does take place during the height of the pandemic, but it is not a COVID movie. In fact, COVID is very rarely, if at all, mentioned in this film. And the plan was to release it in 2020. We actually started working on this film in April of 2020. But as these things tend to do, things dragged on, and it took us a while to get cast attached. And casting is a process in and of itself, and this film had 18 different roles, maybe even up to 20. Some of them I don't think quite made the final cut, but casting 18 to 20 actors on a micro-budget film, well, that is a process. The reason we made this movie is we wanted to find ways to be creative and find ways to put a message of hope out there in the middle of just all the awful things that were happening in 2020. And the goal was to have that come out in October of 2020, but that didn't happen. So now we're actually looking at an October 5th release of this year. I hope that you're all being safe during this time, but I hope that this film will, once it's released, you'll be able to watch it, relate to it, find hope in it. It's funny, it's loving, it's passionate. I poured my heart and soul into this, as did many other people that worked on this film, mostly the cast, because really there was only one or two other people besides myself that worked on it on the filmmaker side. For those of you that don't know, we did film this remotely with the iPhone 11 Pro. We had to buy several iPhones, and then we had to ship them all to New York and Canada and LA and Nashville, where I am. And we had to get it to these actors on time. Most of the actors in this film didn't even get to act together. I directed them over Zoom, and But it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun making it, and we can't wait for you to see it. But until then, thanks for checking this out, and I hope that you enjoy Distancing Socially when it comes out on October 5th.